is Wednesday, June 29th. It is the feast of St. Peter and Paul, or a feast of St. Peter and Paul, however that works. And so our gospel day is from Matthew 16, verses 13 through 19. But I'm not going to talk per se about the gospel, but kind of more about the feast day and how, I guess I think of that. You know, we have Peter and Paul, two the foundational pillars of our church. And both two different men. They approached the church. They approached the formation of the church in two different ways, two different personalities, what we can read in scriptures, and yet they're put together, and together they helped to create the church that we live and practice today. For me, it tells me, it tells me I have to think beyond myself, because the church is not one person except for Jesus. But how we as humans approach church is multivariate. That we each have our own stories that we bring, and that together, when we bring those stories together, like Peter and Paul, do we have one church, and do we have one story, and do we proclaim that goodness of the gospel of Christ? And I even think back in my own life. You know, I was born and raised Catholic, but I was also born and raised as a Ruthenian, right, Byzantine Catholic. So a different branch of Catholicism, and yet here I am in the Latin Rite as a priest. And both have formed me well, I think, as a person. So we got to get, for me, I get irritated when people think, well, the church has to be this way, and it's usually their way, my way, and it only can be that way. And clearly that's not how our church is operated. And when we operate that way, my way or only way, then we lead to divisions and heartbreak. But when we work together, when we respect each other's story, then the church is more unified and we progress. And that's what I think this feast of St. Peter and Paul speak to us about. So I think it's an opportunity for us to look at our approach to church, our approach at how we think about others and their approach to the church, and how are we all effectively proclaiming Jesus Christ. Okay? So enjoy, guys. It's going to be another hot one, so take care. Bye.